We all go through our daily lives with the busyness and thoughts nonstop floating through our heads. The chatter, we are not good enough, or what needs to be done besides the one thing we're currently working on. We think about conversations we had and past pains we hold on to. We tell ourselves the same story over and over every day and only changing a detail or two if we're lucky. Meditation, according to dictionary.com, is the continued or extended thought, reflection, contemplation, devout religious contemplation, or spiritual introspection. I looked up introspection, and it is the observation or examination of one's own mental and emotional state, mental processes, or it's the act of looking within oneself. This is exactly what meditation's purpose is, the act of looking within oneself. I have provided you a guided meditation and activation to help you find the quiet space inside. The meditation and activation is available for you to use as often as you would like. The more you listen and walk through the steps, the more automatic it will become. If you already know how to get into your quiet meditative space, great. This module is for people who may not know how to achieve it fully. If you only achieve it sometimes and not all the time, I suggest you practice every day and make it a habit. Meditation and quiet is the starting place of where we guide through to go through the different rounds. The way you will learn is by imagining, seeing, or feeling, whichever works for you. We can venture to go to the middle of the earth, and we can also travel beyond the stars. Just like when you're going on a vacation, you're going to plan things out. So before you travel and go so far away in your mind, you will learn about grounding techniques and proper places in space to meet light angels, spirits, and more. A few years ago, I was skeptical to the fact that there were even psychic mediums out there that I could trust. I never even thought that I had the ability to be one. I remember I was desperately searching for a medium that I could trust locally to hear a message from my mom. I didn't know where to go or turn to. I finally ended up calling a psychic who showed up in a Google search in the biggest city nearest to me. That's literally how I found my psychic. She was on vacation, which was states away, and asked me if I wanted this prior life reading or current life reading. And she just kept going on and on. And I didn't feel like there was a connection with her. No, I didn't want to know about my life. I only wanted to hear from my mom. And then after that, I found a very special man who's well known by many people. Matt Frazier opened my eyes to a whole nother world. I have heard at least 50 or more of his readings. And while watching them, I said to myself that it would be amazing to have his skill and help so many people. We all have to start somewhere, and the point that we start at is the beginning. If you wanted to climb a mountain, you might not be able to today, but you can always start today with preparation and dedication, and you will climb that mountain. The point is, we start at the beginning. The beginning is meditation and finding that quiet, neutral space. From there, all doors can be opened. I will take you through a guided meditation that teaches you techniques to begin to relax and free your thoughts. Before I do, I want to discuss what you will need to start focusing on during your times of living from here on out. To achieve oneness with yourself and find true happiness, you have to trust yourself, believe in yourself, and support yourself. You have to love yourself for who you are and what you have done. You don't have to understand why everything happened, but you do have to let go of the guilt, hate, hurt, or any kind of negative feelings associated with it. You will love the person you are growing into. Focus a lot on finding love for yourself and peace. Your mind is made up of whatever thoughts you have been telling yourself and what you have repeated to yourself as your truth. If the thoughts don't serve you or help guide you to live a happier and more loving life, then the thoughts are not the truth and do not belong to you. Stop repeating the story. Society and our parental upbringing is what causes a lot of the noise or the chatter or monkey brain that we all have in at least one point in our lives. Outside sources are the number one cause for the wrong information, but it's our own doing that we repeat it so often in our head as if it is our truth. Stop filling your head full of lies and start telling it all your truths. You're an eternal, loving being who has been blessed to be part of a grander scheme of healing on earth. You have a purpose and a reason for being here, and finding your path is important. If you don't know it, don't be so hard on yourself. It's okay not to know. It's not okay not to try. But now that you know, you may not be on your path. Today is the first day you're aware, and you have many days ahead to change your course. From the moment someone is aware they can change literally everything in their life, and when they choose to start this change, that is the day that life will only move forward and no longer backwards. You may feel like at times that you're taking one step back, one step forward, and it throws you two steps back. But now the truth is, remember, you're finding the truth of who you are without the outside chatter. From here on out, you will take one step forward or many steps forward, but instead of back, which you can never revert to back because that was the one who wasn't aware, you're just going to step sideways, left or right, doesn't matter. But you will go forward until you choose to step in another direction sideways. Your side paths will always lead you to your main one. Many steps forward and occasionally a side step. Most people are unwilling to try to heal themselves and to find their own purpose. So give yourself a lot of credit for even trying. Meditation is a state of mind that calms all the chatter, like I said before. One good way to get the chatter out of your head is to make lists and write things down. You could always find a notepad in your phone and make recordings if you don't have pen and paper. The more you get out of your head that you need to remember, such as your lists, a grocery list, to-do list, kids' activities, work adventures, or whatever, the more that you can get out of your head, the better off you're going to be. All of that could be nicely tucked away in words where you can see them float away so the voices do not need to tell you the story in your head. When you start to clear things out of your head, this will prove to you that you can clear your mind. It takes a lot of effort in some cases, and in others, it will be effortless. Start to clear your mind by thinking of literally only your breathing, for example. You can focus on nothing. Just make yourself quiet to the thoughts that are going on. When you're aware of a thought is starting to form, bring your focus back to your breathing or on nothing. Repeat this process over and over. You'll do this about the same time every day to make it a habit in your life. Do this for a whole week straight. Keep a journal on how you feel on the first day and how difficult it may have been, and how you feel on like the seventh day and how easy it is getting. Be kind to yourself when learning. I think it took me a couple of months before I truly knew how to quiet the ego, which are our human negative thoughts. Ego will constantly tell us that we think it's our own thoughts if we start hearing voices. Ego will tell us we're crazy for thinking that we see things or that we feel things. Ego are the lies that we tell ourselves, and the only way to overcome the lies is replace them with your truths. You really are hearing those things and seeing those things when you start from a position of clarity. I did not practice every day back then like I do now. I know the huge difference habitual practice can make. If you're having troubles focusing some days, that happens. Don't be so hard on yourself. Try again the next day, or try again later that day. In the beginning, Most things are hard until we learn how to do it. What you're going to learn in my guided meditation is to see, feel, or imagine a clear balloon or bubble that will be outside of your body. You can literally put all your thoughts, whether it's words, pictures, or whatever is going on in your head, you can put all of that into the clear balloon or bubble and let it fly away. These thoughts will no longer hold space in your head, and you will be free and clear and in the meditative state and ready for more. I know I'm jumping ahead of myself a bit because I forget what it was like to never have meditated in the past. Well, the best part about when I started meditating, though, is I had already done the shadow work or the inner child work or limited belief, the parental limited belief system, or the dark soul work, however you want to label it. I had went through a program that I have recreated for everyone to go through, and I did it at a substantial discount from what I paid for the class so long ago. I know I paid over $5,000 for the program. It was a 3-month program and totally worth it. If you want to go down the same path I did and do the dirty work first, I would truly suggest it. The reason is, once you figure out what's holding you back and you can release it, you will be open and able to connect without fears and judgments for yourself. Clearing all shadow work you know of will expedite your learning process for advancement. So let me ask you a favor, and I'd like you to get online and go to biby1.com. That is my website. I'm going to ask if you can do that now while I'm talking so you can see what I'm talking about. And right there at the top of biby1.com is Free Your Soul, Find Your Joy. And that's the program that I was telling you about. You will dive into the past and find out the lies you've been telling yourself. Understand what I call lies are things that someone outside of us told to us. So the truth is, when we get down to the core of who we are and what makes us feel good and loved and appreciated. The course that I took cost me thousands of dollars, remember? And I literally could be charging hundreds of dollars for my program because of all the guaranteed steps to get you out of where you are and get you closer to where you want to be. It excites me to my core knowing my program will help so many people see the truth inside themselves and knowing it will bring out your happiness and best way of life. Because of this, I will not charge you $900 or not $600 or even $300, not even $100. For my loving people who want to heal themselves and or help so many others too, my Free Your Soul, Find Your Joy program will only cost you $47. As you're online, click Get Access to Free Your Soul, Find Your Joy. This program is meant for you to watch at any time and at your convenience. For those who want to receive a little extra help and advance your ability, I have a 12-week package you can buy for only $100 per month or $300 total. You will get the $47 Free Your Soul, Find Your Joy program for only $1. I suggest you sign up for my 12-week program to ask me your real-time questions and get solutions. Because my goal is to help so many people, I have made myself and my programs affordable to everyone who has a genuine love and wants to raise the vibrations of this world. Clearing out the work that needs done inside of us gets our heads and our heart thinking the same. This is the only time that I'm going to talk about that class. All of the other modules will not provide this life-changing information. They are focused on bringing out your loved ones in spirit. This is all I have for today. Go listen to the meditation and activation. I throw in activations to all of your meditations to help boost the healing and unblocking all of the things that are keeping you held down. Activations are agreements I have with God, Source, Universe. Again, labels don't mean anything to me. All of the archangels, spirits, and all of the angels out there, I have covenants or agreements with them to give out healing love for anyone listening to my meditation and willing to receive it. I set my activations for specific purposes and let the love of our angels do the magic. To start your meditation, you would need to find a clean, quiet, safe space. Once you're there, find a comfy place to sit and have your feet firmly on the ground. Close your eyes. You're going to take deep breaths. You're going to repeat this process a few times. This process lets your body know what you are starting to do. This way, when you're taking deep breaths in the future, your body knows to go to that calm meditative state you are about to learn. If you fall asleep trying to meditate, good job. First of all, that says you attempted and that you may have some deep healing work that needs done. Take 15 to 30 minutes to yourself every day to listen to my guided meditation. Do your best to do it at the same time. And if you don't have that kind of time, try for at least 10 minutes about the same time every day and meditate to the point of your quietness. Don't get mad or be so hard on yourself if you don't do it in one day because you're too busy or you didn't want to. Just get back on track as soon as you can. If you can't seem to quiet the thoughts when you're trying to meditate, you can always stop and write out what is giving your thoughts the most focus. Once you get it onto paper, it releases from your head. Just keep releasing. You can always use your thought bubbles. Let your thoughts explode back into love. Start your new way of living and your new habit. Your ability will enhance the more often you use it. You've got this. I believe in you. Much love to you all.